the event of all events. Let me just preempt this, Gordon, by saying no, Donovan Brazier is not considered a sleeper in the men's 800. If you pick that, we'll end the show. I think Bryce Hopple's a favorite. He won in New York, 145.07. And I know the men's 800 has been all over the place this year. But do you want to take a guess how many times Bryce Hopple's lost to an American this year?
How many? 0?
Zero. Never lost indoors, never lost outdoors to an American. So he's my favorite.
I do think Bryce Hoppel got a little lucky in that NYC Grand Prix race. I think that wasn't Hoppel having the perfect race. I think that was other people ahead of him having bad strategies. I think Hoppel just like got lucky and was able to survive and barely win that race. So
Hey, take what you get, man.
yeah, you take what you get.
Yeah,
I
a
do.
win is a win.
I think there's clear co-favorites here. I think Murphy and Hoppel are kind of equal in my opinion. I think I understand why someone would say Hoppel, but I think there's just as equal of a good reason to pick Murphy from just knowing what he's going to deliver at USA's. So I'll go with Murphy as my favorite, with Hoppel being my second choice. Um, but I really do think they're co-favorites. I think this is a co-favorite situation, Murphy and Hoppel being 1 and 2.
Now, when it comes to sleepers, this might be the most interesting event for sleepers in the entire meet. I'm fascinated by the men's 800 when it comes to sleepers because if you just look at the yearly descending order list, you wouldn't consider. I got two here. You wouldn't consider these two guys sleepers, but heading into the year and even right now, I think you would because if Eric Sawinski wasn't rabbiting all these races, I think he'd be even more under the radar. But Gordon, he has the fourth fastest time in the US this year. He could make the team. It would be an amazing story if Eric Sawinski made the team. Total Cinderella story. Meanwhile, the person one spot above him on the US list, Derek Holdsworth, so he's third in the US this year, just ran a big PB, Portland Track Festival, ran 145. At the beginning of the year, I don't think anybody thought those two guys would have a shot at making the team. I still don't think most people think those guys have a shot at making the team. They would put Hopple ahead of them. They would put Clayton Murphy ahead of them. They would put, Isaiah Jewett, Isaiah Harris, Brandon Miller. But Sawinski and Holdsworth have a legit shot at making the team.
So you have co-sleepers?
I went with two on this one. I hope you will allow that. But I thought it was worthy.
As that, okay. I know you prefaced this 800 as you can't pick this person as a sleeper, but I'm going to. I'm sorry, but Donovan
No,
Brazier is
no.
no.
Mute
We have
his
no idea
mic.
what
Mute
we're
his
getting
mic.
from him.
Colt,
No, we
Colt, mute
don't.
his mic.
Are you?
No, we're not. Donovan Brazier's not a sleeper. No, we're not. He's not a sleeper, Gordon.
Yes,
That's
he
not the
is.
definition of a sleeper. No.
People forgot that Brazier exists.
No, they no
Therefore,
literally no one else. Every week on the show in the chat, it's what's Brazier up to? That is objectively false.
okay, we're getting. Wait, hold on. All right, we're getting the official Google definition of what a sleeper in sports is. So let's bring this
I feel
up.
like
A sleeper pick is a player, team, or competitor that is not expected to do great by the general public, but you feel is going to have an above average or great game. I think the general public is not expecting someone who's coming off a 148 from 2 months ago to have a great race. Therefore, I think Donovan Brazier is a sleeper. They are not expecting world championship caliber Donovan Brazier in this race. They're not expecting the guy to go out in 48 seconds and run 143. They're not expecting that. They don't know what they're going to get from Brazier. They don't even know if he's going to run the final. He's my sleeper. I know you don't like this, but like, you want me to say Brandon Miller's my sleeper or Isaiah Harris or Isaiah Jewett? Like, cool. But like in reality, the big question that we have here is what is the sleeper Donovan Brazier going to do? Is he going to wake up or is he going to stay asleep? We don't know. I want to know if he's going to wake up or stay asleep. That's the story of this race. Will the sleeper, Donovan Brazier, be awake or snoozing? I think he might be awake. We'll find out. It'll be fun. So he's my sleeper. He has the bye, but he's my sleeper. You can't
I will just
control me.
I will just I will just
My
paraphrase.
sleep takes my sleeps.
I'm just
Can the sleeper have the
Kumo.
bye? Is that a rule?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's the reigning yes, thank you, Colt. He's literally the reigning world champion. Uh, Kumo in the chat says Donovan isn't a sleeper. He's the damn alarm clock. So let's keep it moving. I can't say it
I
any
like
better than
that. He's a
that.
damn alarm clock. Sure. He's the alarm clock.
My pick,
It's connected to
not
sleep.
including Brazier because he has the bye. Hopple, Murphy, and then in a year where there's been so much unpredictability in the event, not always in a good way, I went with Harris because he's really steady.
That's a good pick.
And he got third. He got third at the Portland Track Festival. Remember, he got injured in the 4x4 at World Indoors. Slow coming back. I think this sort of setup will play more to the people who are just can you just get a solid 145 in there? Can you move through the rounds? Going back to his NCAA years, he was always in the mix, always there. So I go Hopple, Murphy, Harris.
I'm going Murphy Hopple. And then third, I'm going with Brandon Miller. I think he ran pretty well at NCAAs, like well enough, in my opinion. He has one of the fastest times. Again, 145 is what it's taking to be top tier in men's 800 in the US right now. There's a clear drop off after Murphy and Hopple to Miller, but going with Miller, or Sawinski, or Harris, or Isaiah Jewett, whatever. But I'm going Brandon Miller for my third position.